Hello guys, welcome back to another weekend episode. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, a weekend episode is not part of my normal upload schedule, so I don't really care about making it similar to my other videos. Sorry about my voice in this episode, I'm taking it easy as I'm currently in the aftermath of an illness. As a gaming YouTuber, you might be surprised to find a video like this one on my channel. I originally intended to upload this concept as part of my Editing with Connor series, but I thought I could put a little bit more effort into it and also rant about OBS in the process. Now don't get me wrong, OBS is an excellent piece of software. It's no wonder why OBS has pretty much become the standard for live streaming and extremely popular for recording these days. OBS is indeed what I use these days to record my gaming YouTube videos, but it is really because I don't have much of a choice. I use an Elgato 4K Pro Mark II to record in 1440p 60fps resolution, and Elgato software is, well, Elgato software. I personally think 4K capture utility is a mutated child, and my capture card is so new that it doesn't even register with Game Capture HD anymore. Not that I really want it to. Luckily for me, it has out-of-the-box support for OBS, and ironically it has worked better for me than the software Elgato is designed specifically for its own capture cards. There is one thing I don't really like about using OBS though, but I don't even think it's the software's fault that it happens. When recording to MP4, which is the file format that the industry has pretty much settled on these days, it displays that if OBS crashes or the power is lost during recording, the file will be pretty much unrecoverable. To be honest, I have no idea why this is the case, but to my understanding, it is the MP4 file format that is responsible for this, not OBS. I could be wrong about that, but either way, I would lose my recordings if I did not press stop recording in OBS after I was done. But this would never actually happen to me, right? Right? Well, it happened to me recently, and I lost a lot of great We Happy Few footage I was recording for an upcoming cool project I'm working on. My power literally went out for 5 seconds during a storm, and I lost over 5 hours worth of video because of it. So I basically said fuck it, and I purchased something I've wanted for a long time that just never had the excuse to actually buy. A nice APC battery backup. This thing is super overkill for what I need it for. My 2 computers and 3 monitors I have plugged into it only reports back 35% load at 315 watts. I only really needed to work for like 10 minutes to stop a recording and save everything before powering down. So there, problem solved, right? Well, this only protects me against power loss. It doesn't necessarily protect me against OBS just flat out crashing because it feels like it or something. And I swear, if I lose 5 more fucking seconds of Arthur Hastings messing stuff up, I'm gonna lose my shit! So let's take a look at recording in other formats. OBS supports 6 different file formats. MP4 and MOV share the same issue, and that all recordings will be corrupted if they aren't finalized, so we'll just ignore those for now. FLV is unable to handle more than 1 audio track, so I'll also be overlooking it for this video, and this is just in case I ever want to record my voice on a separate track. I have no idea what M3U8 is, and VLC can't even open the file for some reason, so I'm going to call this a lost cause for now. That leaves us with 2 options for our use case, MKV and good old TS. MKV is an interesting case. It can actually be converted to MP4 with OBS using a feature called Remix? Something like that. This could be a good option, and I will be coming back to it later in the video. For now, let's talk about these formats. I use Premiere Pro to edit my videos, and you best believe neither of these non-standard file formats actually work natively within it. The solution is, of course, to convert the formats to something like MP4 so that Premiere can touch it. This means that I would have to record the video, wait for it to transcode to MP4, wait for it to transfer over to my other computer to edit it, wait for the edited video to export, and then finally wait for the final video to upload to YouTube. For the sake of my own sanity, I want to cut that wait time down as much as possible. Now, nothing is going to be as fast as recording directly to MP4, but I'm willing to endure a bit more waiting time in order to keep all my recordings safe. That being said, I also want to cut this extra time down as much as I can. So here's the plan. I will record 1 episode of Persona 5 in MKV and another in TS. I will put both of these files in Handbrake, not sponsored, and see how long they both take to transcode to MP4 using H.264, NVIDIA NVE, and C. As a control, I will also be putting the MKV version through OBS Remix feature, and I will compare the time that takes as well with the resulting file. In the end, I will decide whether I want to use one of these methods or just keep recording to MP4 from OBS and deal with the limitations that arise from that. But first, I was interested in the TS format because that was the same format that my old PVR used to record in. I remember that the TS files that were recording with my HD PVR would work in Sony Vegas Pro, but TS files that were created by my Elgato HD60S and the old Game Capture HD software wouldn't work. For some nostalgia, I wasted about an hour of my time breaking my old HD PVR out of storage and seeing if I can get a video file from it. Alright, so sorry about my voice though. I don't know if I recorded this when I was sick or not, but slight design oversight. This is Windows 11. And as far as I'm concerned, this thing is like 1,000,000 years old. I don't know if their software is going to support Windows 11 or not. So yeah, let's see if it does. To my amazement, the software is still being updated today, and I could download a modern version of it that is compatible with my old HD PVR. Why can't all software be like this? This brings back some memories. This software hasn't changed a bit, and the design is exactly the same as when I used to use it. Even down to the weird maximized window thing that doesn't fit into a full 16:9 frame. Okay, I don't know what the heck's going on. We're not even doing anything yet. It's like, oh, well, maybe ever since I lowered it to 15,000, it's fine. But when I had it up to my old settings for 1440p, this thing just quit working completely. I'm like, it could record in 1440p before, but as soon as it's 1080p, it couldn't. That didn't make any sense. But yeah, anyway, yeah, this is Windows 10 being recorded off of my stupid capture card. Look at that. Or Windows 11, actually. We got Windows 10, Windows 11, and Windows 10 again. Look at that. OSception. I hooked it up to my gaming PC and tried to play a little CSGO on it. The footage is a little deep fried by today's standards, but it is still CSGO for better or for worse. The footage you're seeing on the left is from NVIDIA's Shadowplay put through a handbrake. Now, Shadowplay footage will not work in place of my OBS footage as it doesn't work well in Premiere, meaning I would have to transcode it anyway in order for it to work. Anyway, I attempted to put my TS files into Sony Vegas, but something strange happened. It was only able to recognize the audio in the file, but the video didn't show up. Now, I know for a fact that this used to work, so I guess it's no longer supported in newer versions. Just as a test, I tried my OBS Roblox test video I recorded in TS, and I wasn't even able to get it to recognize the audio. Heh, I guess my HD PVR is better than modern day OBS in some way. Jeez, that was very long-winded and boring. Okay, so for those of you who tuned out during that, basically what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be recording into MKV and FLV. This is the MKV version. I'm not going to show the FLV version because it's pretty similar, but basically, yes, we're going to go ahead and record using this. So as you can see, we'll go over to Output, Recording, and we're going to change this down to MKV. So it's going to be different, obviously. If we wanted, we could change it down to TS, which we will be doing in the next episode, probably tomorrow. Right now, we're going to be going to MKV, of course, as this point in time. We're doing 30,000 like we usually do, and then for video, we're going to 560 by 1440 at 60 FPS. Basic stuff, right? Except we're going to be doing MKV instead of MP4. And, yeah, we're going to be deciding which way we want to use this. So yes, essentially this right here is my main desktop for my main computer. We're using the 1440p output using for this. I wonder if I can actually full screen preview. Full screen preview, can I? Full screen preview. Hey, that's cool. It doesn't really look that good now because, what is it? Full screen window. Oh, that's cool. You can actually put it here if you wanted to. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to do that right now. Yeah, it doesn't look that good because it's, 1440p, and that stretched down at 1080p doesn't really look that good. But yes, essentially, that's what we're going to be recording at right now. So if I start recording, as you can see, there it goes. I will need to do a test because it's out of sync usually. So I usually just do this and I test. Oh wait, no, wrong one. I do this and test. As you can see, it was slightly out of sync, about 8 milliseconds, but it'll appear there, and then I can link that together later on in the episode. As you can see, right here, my video storage, OBS and videos, MKV now, as you can see. And also, on my main PC, this is a network drive, so I can actually access it as well. MKV, whatever. It actually just shows up now, even though it shouldn't, because it's still recording. But yeah, I guess it just stores like as it's going, which makes sense. Which is why if I were to lose power now or whatever, it would keep going. I think with MP4, you have to just let it finalize in order for it to go. You can't actually see this thumbnail there. But anyway, yes, that is essentially what we're going to be doing. And yeah, so all I got to do is just record, kind of like I usually do. I'll have to, as you can see, well, on my Audacity, of course, when I'm recording my audio right now, I'll have to go get real MC get real to like link up my audio. And yeah, so let's just go ahead and start our Persona 5. So I'll do that. Kind of as closest to behind the scenes OBS picture as you're gonna get here, pretty much. But yeah, that's pretty much all we do. And yes, pretty much that's pretty simple. So yes, I will come back once I'm done recording this audio. Actually, you know what? I'm going to grab my Audacity. Hey, I usually put my Audacity on my second monitor over here so I can view it while I'm doing it. So in case like my peaks go like super high, I can like be like, yo, that's way too high. What the heck's going on? So yeah, that's usually what I do. Anyway, pretty simple. Go back in, and I will come back once I'm done recording. Alright, so I am back, and as you can see right here, we have the two files. Let me figure them out. So we have, this is episode 27, which I recorded in MKV, and this is episode 28, which I recorded in TS. They're both similar sizes, 14.1 gigs, and they're both similar lengths, 106, and then I don't know if this one will give me information. 108 actually. Okay, so yeah, they're about similar sizes. The bit rate's the same, the frame rate's the same, the quality's the same, and they're around the same amount of gigs, as we can see here. Yeah, all that stuff. So I think it's a decent comparison here. This is not scientific at all, but you know, it's pretty. I think they're pretty similar. But anyway, yes, as you can see right here, all of our MKVs, and now we're going to move them over to MP4. So we're going to do this by using something called Handbrake. Now this is an open source video transcoder. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description below. I'm not sponsored, obviously. They would never sponsor me, right? I'm very bad at showing this stuff. But anyway, exactly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move this over. We're going to do this. And then, of course, yeah, so... oh, it's just going there? Okay. And now we can just change this. We don't need that. Save. Okay, add to queue. And then we say open source. We try this again. And then we do it again. This. Oh, yeah, okay. I think I did just drag it. Okay. It's slightly longer to open that one up. I don't know why that is. Actually, you know what? I haven't. Hold on. I haven't fucked with this at all. This is gonna be really strange here. All right, so let's see here. We get 2560 by 1440. I'm just 4K Ultra. We're gonna do that. Optimal size too. Yeah, okay. 2560 by 1440. So I put that there. And then, of course, we'll do, so automatic rotation. We can adjust everything here. 2560 by 1440. Now we take video. I'm going to do this, NVENC. Frame rate 60 as the other one is. We'll do constant, I guess. Constant quality 22. None of this is really going to matter, to be honest with you. Yeah. So yeah, 2560 by 1440. 560 by 1440 display, H226, NVNC, 60 FPS CFR. Yeah, I guess. I don't know what's the CFR or what is better, but I don't know. Okay. Good. I think that's everything. So now we can do this again. Get rid of that. 27. And then, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and add this to queue. Now, as you can see, it just shows up here. Yeah, but it says modified, NVENC, and, yeah. It just says still say 30 FPS, but it's not. I changed it. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll do the same thing to this one. I don't know if it's going to keep my settings or what. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I did keep my settings. Okay, so 2560 by 1440, NVD and VNC, 60 FPS constant. Cool. And now we'll just remove where this says TS. And, yeah, add to queue. That should be good. Yeah, these are all the same. Track 1 to 160. And this is just 2 160, so there's no 1 tracks to it, right? Okay. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to start this queue, obviously, but let's move this stuff over here. Let's reopen the queue. We're going to put this here, and I'm going to have this open. We're going to go ahead and start this, and then when this hits 10 seconds, I'm going to start the queue. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, so now that it's 10 seconds, we'll just shave off 10 seconds at the end when we're done here. And yeah, so when one starts, we're going to see how long it takes for that one to do it. I mean, when one finishes, we're going to see how long it takes for that one to do it. And then, of course, when the other one finishes, we're going to see how long it takes that one. So yeah. I'm just going to keep this running, so I will be back once all this is finished. Alright, so after I moved the files to my main PC to be edited, I decided to take a look at the resulting files. The MKV file took around 1 hour and 10 minutes to complete fully, and the TS file started to report that it was preparing to encode at around 1 hour, 20 minutes and 47 seconds, and completed at 2 hours, 46 minutes and 11 seconds. This means it took exactly 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 24 seconds to complete. So this was only around a 10-minute difference between the two. Interestingly enough, the TS file was encoded to a higher bitrate than the MKV one by handbrake. My guess is that the TS file had more movement because I spent it all fighting in the palace, and the MKV file was just story events which could be compressed a lot more than the TS file. Looking at the resulting files, I didn't really know what I expected to be the results of this. They both look softer than if I were to just record straight to MP4, but I suppose that was to be expected given the file compression. I wouldn't go as far as to say either one was unwatchable, but I would certainly rather prefer the quality I usually get out of recording straight to MP4. I was feeling quite sad about this honestly until I reminded myself of the OBS Remix feature. What kind of magic could they put into Remix that would pull me out of this slump? Feeling I had nothing to lose, I sheepishly pushed the Remix button. Wait. What? No. This can't be true. Seriously, there has to be steps to this. No way this is going this fast. Well, the proof is in the pudding. This went from start to finish in 3 minutes and 28 seconds. Audacity takes longer than that to export my waveform audio files. Where has this been all my life? A completely safe way to record my videos, and a way to move it to MP4 without taking a million years to complete? And yep, this pretty much says it all. No compromise to the quality at 1440p, and it will also be safe from data corruption. Well, this was a fun little experiment, and I hope I can say that I'll never lose another second of We Happy Few footage ever again. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great rest of the weekend.